Hello there and welcome to 31 Peachley Gardens, where you join me and Julia here today from the office to give you a bit of a tour round. So first of all, Peachley Gardens is situated in this beautiful cul-de-sac. So if you just give a quick spin round, Julia, so you see you've got a bit of enclave of bungalows just as you go round like so. And then if you join me back around here shortly, you'll see obviously where 31 is situated right in the corner plot. It's very well established with the garden, so if you come on this way, where the curb is just obviously lowered there, and then onto what would be your driveway here, so it goes straight down there, where you can see you've got so a lovely big long driveway here, and then just over to this side you've obviously seen already where you've got the established hedge row etc. into here, and then over to the side as well there. So just to get your dynamics of how the bungalow is laid out at the moment, you've got the lounge just over to that sort of curved bay there, and then that window there is the kitchen area. Why I'm pulling you over to this side is because there's a side gate here, and there's actually a door onto a sort of like a side alleyway, if you like, for want of a better expression right now, that leads down to a garden room, which will make sense in a little while when I show you around there, but lots of scope to do things there as well. And there's beautiful garden out the front, which is, as I say, nice and private, and could do a lot more with it if you want to do so. The property is empty. It does require some refurbishment, which you'll see as soon as we get inside, sort of the amount of work that does need to be done, but could be a fantastic project for somebody. And obviously situated in this prime village location, a really good spot as well, where you've just got the local village primary school, Broadheath, just over there. You've got the church, the village hall, the playing field that is actually being redeveloped at the moment to include a mini five-a-side pitch and a basketball court, which is literally within about 2 minutes walk that way. And you've actually got sort of the Malvern Hills and views of the Malverns that way as well, just over to the back of me. So if we come down the drive, Julia, first of all, I just wanted to point out, although it is a refurbishment project, this door here opens up to what is a very new boiler in the scheme of things. I think it was a couple of years old in there, so combination boiler that's been put into there, which is just accessed from this door just outside here. And if you mind your step, just as you come up here, we're coming into the side of the property. If you want to come on through, just there, first of all, on my right hand side as you step in, is the kitchen area. So again, in a polite sort of way, you'll see the amount of work that is required, and I'm sure everyone will look at this very differently in terms of what they do with it, but kitchen in there. We've obviously just stepped into a little bit of a porchway just there, which has actually got one of these very cool sliding doors on. So a bit of space here that you could make more of, depends on how you're going to actually lay out the property if you were to do something with it, maybe extension wise. Again, hold that thought. We'll bring you this way, I think, first of all, but it's back down the hallway. We've got a toilet in there, and then a very classic sort of 60s style, separate to where you've got the sink and the bath in there. And so these two rooms are over to the side of the property. So the drive is that side of the windows, just as you're looking at. So driveway down there. Just behind me here, storage cupboard, which would have been where the old water tank would have been before they put in the new boiler. So coming back this way into what is the first bedroom size wise. So for what it's worth, you've got fitted wardrobes in here, window which goes out to the rear of the property. Again, gorgeous garden out the back, so really good plot here, and lots of scope and lots of potential, which I'm sure you'll be picking up already. Thank you for that super zoom. Spin back round. I'll just pop these open as we spin around. So a bit more space in there where they had hanging rails, etc. Property was in the family, or still is in the family, and has been in the family for a long period of time. And it's going to be quite an emotional sale for them when it comes, which you can probably see for the length of time that people were living in the property. But it's ready now for a new owner, a bit of a birthday, shall we say. But yeah, stepping into what is the second bedroom in here. So good sized single bedroom really in here. And then you've got the window again back out to the rear, which again you'll see, and we'll go out there again shortly, but lovely private rear garden. And that's the garden room, which we're going to get to shortly. I've got my own ideas about what I do with this space. I'd actually change all the layout personally, and I'd try and do something which would incorporate the kitchen, dining and living space coming to the rear of the property. But that's my thoughts. We're all different. And then I'd do something with actually getting the bedrooms into these front spaces of what we're going to just go through to in a moment. But that's, as I say, subjective. Just above Julia there is a loft hatch, so you've got a loft as well in there, which obviously plenty of storage in there. Okay, so back round, just past the kitchen where we first come into, a short while ago, into lounge diner. So space for table and chairs, and then at the frontage, more of a lounge space here, and that's the window which I pointed out when we first come round to the front of the property. So back out to that front garden. So again, you can see nice and private out of the front. Nobody's overlooking you out there at all. And it's really, really tucked away right in the corner of the plot here of the cul-de-sac in Peachley Gardens, which is one of the most sought after village locations in Worcestershire. Fireplace there as well. So again, as I pointed out when we come to the side of the front garden earlier, there's this sort of, I think I called it a side alleyway. That might be a bit harsh on it, but there is this wing to the property here, which if you just mind your step as you come through, we've got another door that goes back out to the front there, which then has the gate, the other side of it, and obviously out to the front. There is a bit of space down the side as well, so you have still got side access. This isn't right flush to the boundary. You have got probably half a metre or so just there, but it leads you all the way down. And then eventually, and yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3 windows there out to the side. So quite a bit, it's quite nice, the natural light coming in into, for all want again of a better word, descriptive wise, us estate agents are quite, known for them, aren't we? But garden room, let's call it, out the back here, another reception space. But yeah, this is what sort of leads me to think, yeah, with some obviously different thoughts, everyone's going to come to the property, have different ideas, different concepts, but really nice, bright, light room out the back. That window there where Julia's just sort of just pointing through is that sort of first, that was the first bedroom we went into just over there, and then the one over to the right hand side would be the second bedroom just over there. And if you pan round, Julia, you can see where you've got the garden, and this is your garage here as well, which we'll point out again just as we go back round shortly. So we get a better feel for the garden itself, so we're going to go back round. But obviously I wanted to just bring everyone out to this space so you could see again the potential of what this has, maybe in context with the actual property itself. But quite a big room, and that gives you obviously some scope to do something, whether you did want to knock it around or do something else. Okay, go. Cool. Let's go back through. So garden room, the side access point, back out to the front, still got some side access externally there. Stepping through into lounge dining space here. It is gas-fired central heating, and then kitchen as it stands in there. Just behind the door there is the porch. Very quickly recapping through. Toilet, bath and sink in there, separate. And then the 2 bedrooms, bedroom 2 just behind me in here. Just again get your bearings, and bedroom 1 just over there. So if we go back round, I think that was my cue to get the door, wasn't it? So mind yourself, Julia, as you come back through. So back out. So the sun is just off there. What are we time-wise? Are we sort of 3:30? Are we, roughly speaking? A bit later maybe. So the sun's going to move round, and obviously it's going to move round, and then you're going to get it in your back garden, which is lovely. That was that sort of boiler cupboard. Just again for those who are watching back round. These are the windows off the side where you had the separate toilet and then the bath and the sink, which could possibly be knocked into one again, depending on how you're going to use the layout. So all of this is your driveway all the way down, still going all the way down, and then to your garage here. So that garage there is next door. Obviously that's sort of roughly where the boundary is over there. Lovely neighbour, for what it's worth. Being a local villager myself, I do know that, so I can vouch for that. And then you've got the garage there, which obviously I'm not going to open today, but you'll get a feel of the size as we just go around into the back garden again. Typically speaking, the sun's gone away, but you can't have it all, can you? So again, just back round, obviously, where you've got the 2 bedrooms at the rear, and then this garden room of what we walked down to. If you want to just step over using the patio stones, Julia, into the back. So it's a really big block. Come on down. Garage obviously here, it stops roughly here, so there is a side window there as well, and it comes to about here. So a very good single sized garage there, and then the plot is huge because it comes all the way up here. You've got a shed, greenhouse just up behind there, and the boundary's sort of tucked up there. There's a water button there actually. It sort of starts to go about where you've got the hedge. So again, really nice and private to the rear. Hedgerow comes across the back and then into the corner. So in this space here, nobody can see me. So beautiful, you know, great rear garden space. That completes the tour. So just to recap, excuse me, that's fine. Just to recap, it's 31 Peachley Gardens, Lower Broadheath. As you can see, it's an empty property, prime for refurbishment. Really, really good plot, great grounds, it's all on the level, prime for some sort of extension maybe, or remodelling off the back end in particular here. It's literally 2 minutes from Lower Broadheath Primary School, the church, the village hall, the playing field, and then over that way you've got Martley, etc. So Chantry catchment. A really, really great opportunity. If I was in the market myself, I'd love a go at this one, but I can't at the moment, so it could be yours. Drop us a line, hello@freeagent247.com. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the tour.